Hello, my Gemini family. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot, and this is your weekly tarot reading for you, Gemini, for May 25th through the 31st. Thank you for joining me today, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And please subscribe and join me each and every day for my quick glance daily readings. Now, just a reminder, these are general readings. For a personalized reading, just click on my website link below. So let's get started and see what your cards are indicating this week. Starting with your first card, Gemini, your anchor card for the reading, you have the Four of Wands. Well, this is indicating some type of celebration, Gemini. This can certainly be celebrating with the country, the world for that matter, starting to open back up. That's enough to celebrate in itself. But the Four of Wands can indicate a completion of some stage. And this can be as simple as a birthday. And this is Gemini's birthday month. Happy birthday, Geminis. And for some of you, it might be a mile marker birthday, a special one. And the Four of Wands is indicating the importance of it because it is your anchor card. So this sets the tone for the whole reading. Now for others, it could possibly be celebrating a wedding or anniversary, having a delayed graduation party. And here with the home off in the background, it can also mean the purchase of a new home. So this is a card of celebration. This is about giving thanks to all the people that helped get you wherever you're at today, and also what new things you would like to manifest as you move into the future. Now, looking at our card here, you do see the Four Wands serving as a canopy, possibly where the actual celebration will take place. And the wands are a symbol and represent inspiration, motivation, power, and desire. And they do represent the connection between the spiritual and the material. And we often think of them as magic wands. And they're forming a canopy here, like an arch. Now, the arches are openings that you can pass through, and underneath are new paths. This is representing the possibility of something new, Gemini. And you see at the top of the wands, there's leaves, which represent some growth happening. And looking further back in the card here, I don't know if it'll zoom in. There we go. There's actually a couple more archways. So this is more than one possible new beginning for you, Gemini. Now, this is actually Aries card, so an Aries could play a part in what you're celebrating. Now, the number 4 energy of this card signifies stability, rationality. It's the practical parts of life and being self-disciplined. 4 is the number of the heart chakra, which is concerned with balance and love. This is a very happy, successful, and joyous card. That's your anchor card for your reading, Gemini. Moving on to your next card, you have the Nine of Wands. Now, even though you might have been celebrating here with your Four of Wands card, you're still a bit guarded, possibly waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're keeping your guard up, you're standing your ground, and you do have plenty of strength in reserve for whatever may come your way. And you might be feeling this way, Gemini, based on past experience. You have all these wands in the background that represent all the lessons and experience that you've gone through. So this card is about wisdom and strength gained through those experiences. Now, for some Gemini, this card is turning up to serve as a warning, because it could be that you think you know what to expect. So here you are, you have all your defenses up to protect yourself. But there's always that possibility that things will turn out differently than we expect and that people and things can surprise us. So be careful of a self fulfilling prophecy because sometimes when you expect the worst, Gemini, that's exactly what you end up getting. Remember, the law of attraction is always at work. Now, the message of this card is to notice how you got to where you are through your own choices. You're not a victim. If you're not happy with what's going on right now, your current position, you can make a choice to change that. The number 9 energy of this card signifies completion and often in a material sense. And nines usually represent looking back over what you've done, feeling good about your accomplishments, your achievements, and then moving on. Taking those accomplishments and achievements with you into your future endeavors. So, with the number 9 energy, you're nearly there, you're nearly done. So, you won't have this energy around for much longer. Now, taking a look at your next card, Gemini, you have the major arcana card, the Star. This is such a wonderful card, very positive. This card is hope and optimism. This is receiving protection from the angels. And I always like to remind everyone that when the major arcana cards show up in a reading, there is significant change happening. Now, with your Four of Wands card, that's a little milestone happening that you're celebrating. But with the Star card being a major arcana card, something that's very hopeful and optimistic and positive can be taking place very soon. Now, the Star card is the card that turns up after the Tower card on the Fool's Journey. So it is a card of hope, peace, and renewal. This brings the optimism for a fresh start, Gemini. But I do feel you have a couple options, Gemini, just looking at your Four of Wands card here. You have a couple opportunities and new ways that you can go. So, for some Geminis, the Star card is representing that you're on a healing path. You need to do what is practically required, but at the same time, visualize your ideal future. You might have to remain calm and still in order to heal completely. But the Star card is giving you that hope and optimism that everything will be just fine. Now, for the Geminis that are thinking about going into some sort of creative venture, the Star card here is a sign of success. You will be successful, so be sure to proceed. Now, the Star here is giving you the guidance and illumination as to which way to go. And the cups can signify your intuition is flowing. You're starting to move forward again. And if you look closely on the card here, let's see if there we go. You see the little bird in the background here? Birds are always known for being the messengers. And they do represent clear thought and speech. So with the Star card turning up, something might become very clear to you. The number 17 of the Star card reduces down to number 8, and 8 is the number of abundance. And spiritually speaking, 8 represents cosmic consciousness. So this card is indicating to pay attention to the cosmos, your dreams, your intuition, how you're feeling. This card is specifically showing that after the darkest times comes the dawn of a new day. Now, the 3 card spread adds up to number 30. And reducing that down to number 3, threes represent 2 things coming together to form something new. So this is definitely new beginnings, Gemini. And with the fact that this numerology for your reading started at first 30, the 0 amplifies the 3 energy. Your next card, Gemini, is your overall energy card for the entire reading. And you have the Five of Pentacles. Well, Gemini, this is somewhat unfortunate energy that it's your overall energy for this week. This card represents a lack of security, possibly a lack of funds. Some of you might be anxious that you're not able to meet your needs. And for some, this is not wanting to reach out to others for help. Now, a reminder with this card is that you're not alone, Gemini. It is in times of need that when we need to reach out to others, the social and spiritual connections are indispensable in allowing us to persevere through hard times. So possibly this energy is kind of more directly tied into your Nine of Swords card because you're on guard. Maybe you have enough money right now to get by, but you're still worried about the future. So this type of energy is still lingering around, and it is your overall energy for the reading. It's the driving force. So if you're doubting, you might not bring upon all these wonderful things from these cards. The number 5 energy is one that always presents a challenge or a struggle. It shakes things up. It disrupts the balance of things. So with this being your overall energy for the reading, I don't think it's so much that you have a victim mentality. I think it's more a cautious mentality. So you're just still being a little bit on guard. But know this, Gemini, you have the Star card in your reading. That is hope and optimism, one of the most positive cards in the tarot, letting you know that things are getting better. Maybe not the same as it was before, but things are getting better. So with this as your overall energy, I would carry some smoky quartz or black tourmaline to combat this negative energy so it doesn't engulf you. You need to believe in your Star card. You need to be positive and move forward. And here your Anchor card is celebrating. So that might be a celebration you're invited to. So make sure you do go if that's the case. And remember, your numerology for this reading is the number 3. This is new beginnings, Gemini. So things are coming together to form something new. Now let's take a look at which crystal your angels and guides are suggesting for you this week. Rose quartz. So your angels and guides have chosen this rose quartz crystal for you this week as it purifies and opens the heart at all levels to promote love and self-love, friendship, deep inner healing, and feelings of peace. It is a very calming and reassuring crystal. It has a comforting energy in times of difficulty. And rose quartz dispels negativity and protects against things like environmental pollution, replacing it with loving vibes. It has many healing properties. Now, for some Geminis, rose quartz could be suggested for you this week. It is known as the love stone. And I have a little heart-shaped polished rose quartz. It's associated with the heart chakra, and it opens up your heart to unconditional love. So rose quartz message for you is that your heart will soon fill with happiness. You will enjoy a wonderful, equal, loving relationship with an existing intimate partner, or if you are single or aren't in a satisfying relationship, a new one will enter your life soon. So possibly for some Geminis, the rose quartz crystal might be involved with your Four of Wands card. Possibly the celebration is an engagement, or at the celebration, you might meet someone new. But the biggest thing for this rose quartz crystal is the unique healing properties. and how its high frequencies can be integrated into your life. So it certainly couldn't hurt making sure that you have this crystal with you during this week. We can all use a little bit of love. Now I leave you with the message of the cards, Gemini, but it is all within your own hands. You decide your own destiny, Gemini. Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe and help support my channel. Love and abundance to my Gemini family.